there will be a door prize with various technologies, item, and other surprises. Who knows? Maybe you will be the lucky one for this door prize.
Tiak distinto convidar sira atu hau lorong idaneho espiritu nasional ho respeito. Ami convida itabot sira ho dihamri no itahamutuk kanta hino nasional Timor-Leste yang patria patria.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, to start the day with the national spirit, I like invite you all to stand up and together we'll sing the national anthem of Timor-Leste, Patria Patria.
Distinto convidado sira, maita continua o discurso principal. Nebe se husi representante Ministério Transporte e Comunicação, Diretor-Geral, Sua Excelência, Senhor Constantino Freira Soares, fating no tempo a me entrega.
Ami convidado sira bele hola fatim, bele tur filafal. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, let us now continue with the keynote speech from the representative of Minister of Transportation and Communication, Mr. Constantino Freira Soares.
Excelentíssimo Senhor Chiho, representante do APNIC, Senhor Nilton Guzmão, Senhor Venâncio Pinto, diretor executivo TIC, Senhor Aftab Siddiqui, ISOC, Senhor Brook Sheffield, participantes todos, bom dia. Dia que é? O enrone de surprise botot labor dia. Vamos participar toda hora aí. Apa berat untuk surprise nih. Dia lima. Antes de hau uma breve intervenção também. Basta uma abertura o Lornian. Quando basta estabelecimento Timor-Leste Network Operation Group TLNOG. Mahitamoto. Foi ter divina graça ba mama romak. Também ni benção ni graça makuhin kapelang amoto ya patin dine. Odi celebra seminário ba ohin Lornian. Permite hau lori Ministério de Transporte e Comunicações de Narang. Endereça meus agradecimentos ba convidar soto. Bem mata tempo na. Odi ia sarang o terra melone, odi participa e seminário Lornian. Pira agenda tu lo ser ministro mai hala abertura mai be tamba e evento principal ida evento importante ida acontece hoje celebra hoje e ministério também o senhor ministro delega hau mai hala breve abertura ba sesaun abertura ba seminário ida hoje evento ne bem se realiza se ia ministério, confirmação por seclorai, também o senhor ministro desculpa, nele bel marca presença e a abertura seminário o em Lornian. Vamos a endereçar a minha precisão ba grupo Timor-Leste Operators, ba coragem no iniciativa por estabelecer o grupo de NEM, nesse grupo pioneiro, o compromisso no meio de nebe bot, ou de a operação rede telecomunicações e a Timor-Leste. Por informação de minha aqui, né, grupo pioneiro ida, grupo ida não lucrativo, mas bem a serviço a moto com entidade solto ou de bele a rede de comunicações e a Timor-Leste. A cargo sublinha de que a evolução na competição de tecnologia de telecomunicações hoje loro avançado los. Ita foi a rua, mas o mundo selo que nene sate tolerante. Mas nela significa que ita parado nene, ita tem que avançar, tem que aprender o bele competir e o mundo tecnologia ne bem agora avançado los. Desenvolvimento ne los de a rede, mas bem infraestruturas, aplicações, no mostra o que está ne bem que agora acompanha diariamente informações sobre o desenvolvimento de tecnologia e o mundo ne. A minha espera que Timor-Leste futuramente belo tama para competições serane. Ita belo hekut. Ita mostra que está sela ita rona. Ita compete susar limar, compete susar la limar. Mas o dedicação a sua tete, o coragem do seu grupo de trabalho ne, espera que kita mas belo avança por aí. Ako informa dito que fulang maio, vamos participar a ITU Conference em Genebra. E não será presente para ter que ter será como isso não vai. Será agora estamos na fase de artificial inteligência. Né, vou ter que avançado. E apresentador se não bem mas a apresentação via conferência né, é uma mesa jovens de menos de 30 anos, menos de 35 anos. Essa jovens de mesmo começam a apresentações para avanço de tecnologia ne bem agora moderno lá limar. Espero que temos belo para fazer de novo. Per convite how convidarmos a a apresentação do progresso do projeto fibra óptica ne bem agora andamento ela. Há uma coordenador do projeto fibra cabo submarino fibra óptica ne bem agora estamos na fase de terminação. Está atingindo quase 70% e espera que o calendário o projeto se finaliza em novembro de 2024 ready for use. Mas bem o comprimido tem no Rosira, tamba cerimônia ne bem procedida se halo e a ministério aos se marca presença ne Orsido Lorei. At foi informação vai ter você sobre o progresso do projeto ne bem agora e andamento ela. Projeto ne governo ne projeto investimento de boa. Ne bem quando pronto se lor Timor-Leste do mundo Lori mundo mais Timor-Leste e a área de informações e tecnologia. Depois, compromisso de torna, o Silvio Rai, depois assim mais a apresentação, breve apresentação sobre o progresso do projeto né, também o projeto né, lança tiona e a Funan Kotubá. Espero que a minha bela termina e o calendário ne bem estabelece tiona. Ao sila kulha barak, também depois de abertura né, tem que filfal para o ministério, ao carquela, a tua hela beta hela tan dor prize né, mas bem infelizmente também horário ne bem apertado tuan. Perlos hoje vamos bajo tu Ermera, também ia seminário, apresentação técnica né. Horário ne quase nessa nota. horário balu moço maicos. E depois da abertura, né, a uso autorização para ter essencialmente para colegas que se TLNOG, ao se fila falba, depois outro, a fila falmai. Eu quero que terminar uma breve introdução, né, pode agradecer, endereçar agradecimentos para entidades parceiros, né, bem, que apoio toma para a TLNOG, o Hamrik, nessa organização independente, não foi apoio toma para a celebração do seminário em Lornian. Permita o respeito toma. Allora, Sr. Ministro de Naran, Ministério de Transportes e Comunicações de Naran, oficialmente ao local sessão seminário em Lornian. Obrigado.
Biak, senhor, obrigado para senhor diretor-geral na behatona de discurso. Tuirmai, distinto convidado Sira, senhor no senhora Sira nebe ami respeita. Atu hahu evento ohing, ami hakara convida ho respeito. Sefi comissão TLNOG, senhor José Laudias, hori haton e bem-vindo vai tabo Sira, li husi nia discurso. Tempo no fating, ami entrega.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, to begin today's event, we would like to respectfully invite the TLNOG Chair Committee, Mr. Zé Diaz, to greet you all and deliver his welcome remarks.
Good day, good morning, esteemed college friends and partners. It's a great honor to stand before you today as we gather together to inaugurate the first ever Timor-Leste Network Operator Group Conference. This historic event marks a significant milestone in our nation's technology journey, a testament to our collective commitment to fostering a vibrant and interconnected digital space. TLNOG serves as a vital platform for networking professionals, internet service provider, content provider, and government agencies to come together, exchange knowledge, and collaborate on issues related to internet infrastructure and its development. By creating a space for open dialogue and technical discussion, we can address the challenges and the opportunities facing our digital ecosystem. This inaugural conference will focus on several case themes, include internet infrastructure development, cybersecurity and digital safety, digital inclusion and accessibility, capacity building, and talent development. As we embark on this exciting journey, let us reaffirm our commitment to build a strong, resilient digital ecosystem for Timor-Leste. Through collaboration, innovation, and a shared vision, we can harness the power of technology to improve the life of our people and contribute to the brighter future of our nation. Thank you very much. Obrigado.
Dia kami agradece ba chefe comissão TLNOG nian nebe hatona nini discurso barak. Tuirmai ami convida diretor-geral Sr. Constantino o equipa o si Mr. Awal no Manzedias bela hola fatinha hoy nuni ami entrega amnia token apreciação nian. Simbolicamente, senhor, dizemos se despedida ita e da deri da ne, mas ame espera kata klokraik bele mai hamutuk falho ame. Al favor, holofating niyo oin. Dia kami convida Senhor Mr. Awal atau Foti selendang hodi entrega hodi taraba Senhor Dizi ndar aminia apreciação de gratidão ba tempo no oportunidade hobi bang mai hakat ya aminia fate. Dia kidane hanesan aminia presente nebe kami prepara mas que simples mas be dane aninia valor ami espera kata saya hanesan simbol nebe mak hodia to aminia sentido de gratidão ba senhor dizinia oportunidade biban dane hodi mai hola parte evento idane agradeço vai. Dia kami respeito toma kami convida Firafali Senhor Sira hodi hola fatim no ami fo tempo ba Senhor Dizi podemos atu sik fating dane ami fo tempo bibang dane. Obrigado.
Antes de música la fatine, ba colega sira usi TLNOG vai ter botira, ao desejo de sucessos vai ter botira, seminário Uin Loron né terceiro dia né, quarto dia, desejo de sucesso vai ter bot, depois ao Orsida tenta filmar mais a apresentação sobre cabo submarino e bem caminho progresso. Dali dan sucesso vai ter botira. Obrigado. Bom dia.
Itahi tuan lai. Firmai itabarona hamutu diskursu husi Mr. Cehu representante husi APNIC.
Oke, tambah evento ne ho Zoom, hal favor ha un colega sira Simone link o di acesso ba Zoom idane, mas be se íamos diretamente usine, não ne ita bele acesso no Rona speaker husi representante APNIC Mr. Chi Hu Cheng. Obrigado.
Good morning, Mr. Chehu. You can start your speech.
Hi, good morning. I hope you can hear me. This is Chihu Cheng. I'm the Senior Director of Development at APNIC. It's really my honor to say a few words here at the opening of the very first TLNOG, though remotely, on behalf of APNIC. As you all know, APNIC is a regional internet registry for Asia Pacific. We are a not-for-profit membership-based organization, and we have more than 10,000 members, which all operate networks on the internet. And of course, our primary role is to do IP address and autonomous system number allocation, which is our registry part. But we also have a mission to provide support to the internet development in our region, helping with capacity building for people and community. And that is our development part. Our development work includes training, technical assistance, technical and security community support, and we serve and support not only members, but also relevant community. I'm really glad to see the good attendance here at TLNOG1. I personally was in Timor-Leste before, and I enjoy the hospitality of the Timor-Leste people a lot. On behalf of APNIC, I would like to congratulate TLNOG to have your very first community event for Timor-Leste. And for TLNOG, APNIC is honored to be the founding partner. But we are just a supporter, a facilitator. The community is the owner of TLNOG, and the community should be the one to lead the activities. And of course, you will need volunteers to help. And for APNIC, we will provide the necessary support and advice. As I mentioned, our mission, in fact, is to build the capacity of the people and the community. And we hope the community, the people, will be leading their own activities and also the organization. APNIC does not own it. The community owns it. And so that's why self-sustainability is important. And you need to find your own way to sustain the organization, to sustain TLNOG. And of course, you also need to find sponsorship from various sources. NOG is instrumental to the internet development everywhere. In the case of Timor-Leste, I think TLNOG should be instrumental to the internet development in Timor-Leste going forward. It's a platform, a forum for technical engineers, technical managers to exchange technical knowledge and experience among themselves. And then we hope, the community, the technical level, the skill set of the people in Timor-Leste can be improved over time with the help of TLNOG. And TLNOG, is supposed to be open for everyone. And so anyone who are interested in, this kind of knowledge should be able to attend. And I will also encourage you to, use the platform to engage more with other key stakeholders in the industry and community, including government, including possibly the national research and education networks, the universities, the computer emergency response teams. If you have internet exchange, you should also engage more with the internet exchange. And of course, there's synergy across all these stakeholders. And you should all work together to help internet development in Timor-Leste. And if you have internet governance forum related organization, you should also engage with them so that you can help them understand more about how internet operates. I would also encourage the community here to participate more in APNIC policy development process, because this is a bottom-up process. Everyone has the right to participate, and we also encourage you to participate in APNIC's governance by participating in election or voting. And I hope I can see you, at our conferences in person or remotely. We do have our conferences twice a year. In fact, in 2 years' time, we will have our next conference in Wellington, New Zealand. I hope I can meet some of you over there. And of course, we also have other kind of support through other parts like fellowship. We will have like fellowship to support people to attend our conferences. We will support the airfare and accommodation, etc., etc. We have full program to help you develop the fellows. And under foundation, we also have like Switch project is very active in Timor-Leste, and we also have like EC grants under foundation to help with different projects in Timor-Leste. Our future direction on the development side will be beyond direct delivery. Although we'll continue to do direct training delivery, but we may not be able to grow as fast. And because we only have like limited resources, going forward, we'll put more resources on content development and do more train the trainers. And we would support and encourage more of you to do like community-led training, possibly led by TLNOG community. So we'll share more about this in our conferences and in our other opportunities going forward. I do hope TLNOG can do more in this area, and of course we'll try our best to provide necessary help and support. And I wish TLNOG has continuous success and provide continuous benefit to the community served. That's all from me. Thank you very much. I'll hand over back the mic to Timor-Leste.
Obrigada barak ba Mr. Cehu nebe hatoona di diskurso.
Back to you.
Thank you so much to Mr. Chi Ho Cheng from representative APNIC who shared his brief statement for us. For next event, we continue to the question and answer. So we'd like to invite all participants who have question. Mr. Cheo, he's prepared to answer the question if you would like to ask some question. Yeah, any of you, please, if you have question. Yeah, please. We continue to the next presentation. We will invite also the remote speaker, a Zoom speaker from ISOC, who will share us about the pulse measurement platform. So we would like to invite Mr. Aftab Sirik, who prepare by Zoom video. He will share his speech to us. Thank you.
As we um, we apologize for this inconvenience as our remote speaker not join us yet. So we are continue to have a presentation from Mr. Awal. Mr. Awal, please.
Thank you. Ya, aja kami convida makhluk participante sira também ia falhar técnico do ano, a mim processo de liga tenia ligação Bahia projeto de senhor awal saya halu dari apresentação ini kami convida na pati sira atau ia atenção na pati nune tontan kita sei rona apresentação si representante si APNIC-nya senhor awal.
Good morning, Bomdak. Is it Bomdak? Bomdia. Bomdia. I'll try to cover some technical setup or the technologies that's been used in Timor-Leste. I can see most of you are from the workshop, so you already know me, but there are some new faces here as well. My name is Awal. I work for APNIC, and our team, we were pretty much involved in the discussion of the TLNOG arrangements, along with several other colleagues locally here and also some international colleagues. So thank you everybody to come here for the first TLNOG community event. And my director just presented before me, our director Jihu. He's our director, and we have Shane as well. Probably you have seen her in the committee. So they are really helping a lot from our side. But like I said, my presentation it may be partially accurate in some cases because I'm presenting something that I see from outside. So if you see any errors there, you can talk to me later and we can see how the information I can correct. But let's move with the presentation, and I'll try to cover some of the technical things. I believe most of you are from the technical side. Yeah, can I have the screen? Yes. So this is the submarine cable connectivity map. And you see that Timor-Leste has two connectivity in the map. That's basically one is not operational yet. And this is the upper one, which is the Asia Connect fiber submarine cable. It's expected to be ready based on the submarine cable map website. It's expected to be ready by 2027. The other one launched this year, 2024. So this is important. This is a backbone connectivity for you to go out of Timor-Leste. If you need a content which is outside, you might use submarine cable, you might use land cable or a microwave or satellite. Many different options. Submarine cable probably the one of the most popular choice for people to have international circuits. So this is good that probably by 2027 you will have at least two connectivity. And sometimes if you have one, and there are fiber maintenance, sometimes there are the unexpected fiber cuts. This could interrupt the international connectivity if you are only rely on one submarine cable. So hopefully there will be more. So the one that is operational at the moment is actually the one that goes towards the Darwin and towards Australia, Darwin and probably Western Australia. Here is a list of network operators that we see from Hurricane Electric's BGP page. All my references are actually at the bottom of the page, so when you get this slide deck, you will be able to see by yourself. So there are about 11 ASN that I see from outside, from Hurricane Electric's portal. And some of them are running both V6 and V4 peering, and some of them are not. So it's a work in progress. The operators are still probably need to work on V6 connectivity. But if you see this slide and the next slide is a little bit hard to visualize, but this is a peering diagram or interconnection diagram. You can see that from our APNIC's Route Explorer or REX, and you can see that the ACE numbers are not really very interconnected. Like on the left side to the right side, you are in the same country, but you go via, let's say, 3 or 4 ACE numbers. In some cases it may be okay, but there are better options as well. If you have like interconnection exchange, which is we call internet exchange points or IXPs, this might help the interconnection be more be better. This will give you better user experience. Sometimes it can save your cost. I think it's also work in progress. So I'm hopeful that soon there will be the IXP here in Timor-Leste, and the ISPs are going to connect to that internet exchange point, so they can see each other directly instead of going via several ASS in the middle. So this side, on the right side, it's IPv4, and on the left side is IPv6. So IPv6 is still, like I said, a work in progress. So many of the AS numbers that you see on the right side is not actually on the left side, because their V6 peering is still not up. This is the .tl ccTLD, or country code top level domain. You have the nog.tl, mtc.gov.tl. This is the websites that you are using, which is in the in your .tl domain, or .tld ccTLD. So when I was trying, like when I was coming here, I was trying to see about the .tl setup here. It's good. It's good that you have like couple of name servers on the left side of the table. These are the name servers that answers your queries. If you understand DNS, you will know that the query goes from the top and try to reach to the final name that you want to resolve. So and the middle column is their IPv4 address, and the last column is their IPv6 address. So I see that there are 3 name servers, which is good that there are at least multiple name servers. It is important to have multiple name servers for resiliency and situation where there are interruptions for some of the name servers. But if you compare it with your IPv6 configuration of those name servers, I cannot see the IPv6 of one of the name servers. So probably it's something that the ccTLD can see and look into, and they might configure this one as well. This does not create any problem at the moment, because you can reach with IPv4, right? IPv6 probably not that a big concern at the moment, but it's good to have a consistent setup. And you see, I did the D query, and this D query, the second query was no answer, that's empty on the second picture down, the picture at the bottom. .tl DNS security extension deployment. I was really impressed seeing that. I have to say this is very good task done by .tl. You see, I choose the 2013. I was moving the cursor to see when .tl was signed, and it actually got signed. And you see just the yellow orange color of Australian map, and then just above there is a green dot, or like a blue dot, dark green dot. That's basically TL. And you see, it actually got signed in 2013, which is really very impressive that it started long ago, that the ccTLD is signed. It's a security extension. If you know how DNS security works, it gives you DNS security in terms of some man-in-the-middle attack prevention. Okay. So when I was looking into the mtc.gov.tl's signing, so .tl is your country code top level domain, and then gov.tl, and then mtc.gov.tl. It's just a random website I just choose, but you can try with other websites. And you see the top box on the right side, top box is the root, and then the second box is the TL, and the third box comes to gov.tl and mtc.gov.tl box. So the first two boxes is good. The third box has some, you see the warning sign. There are some problems. It's not DNS problem. You still can use DNS, but it's about DNSSEC. So it's something like signing, and you have your delegation signer configuration. So probably the .tl technical team can look into it. It's common to many other countries as well. Like in Bangladesh, where I used to live in Bangladesh, my home country, where the CCTLD has the DNSSEC running, but they didn't start yet to give to sign their child zones or child domains. So this is not something like a wrong config. It's not wrong, but it's something that is started, so it's gradually will cover the rest of the child domains like mtc.gov.tl and many other websites. So it's not wrong. So don't get my presentation wrong. It's not a mistake. If it is a mistake, your website will not work, but it's working, right? So it's not a mistake, but it's something that can be a future project or future work to finish, gradually. But like I said, on the left side, you see it's a very good work done by TL, that they signed it. They are like one of the countries who signed it very early, which is good. This is like the validation of DNS. So when I'm querying to get a domain, and my resolver, which I rely on to get the resolution done, how these resolvers are behaving in terms of validating the DNSSEC signs and checking whether these are valid responses or not. So those is good. You see 73%. Very, very good. And probably many of the other who are not still doing, probably they will do. This is also a common trend in many other countries. So it's nothing like not a big surprise here. I tried to see the IPv6 deployment as well in Timor-Leste, and you see the deployment rate is not yet very good, but because this country, Timor-Leste, mostly running on IPv4. As long as the IPv4 links and peering are working, users are okay using the internet. And also it is probably a concern now for the network operators, engineers, that how I can implement IPv6 in my network. So for that, they might need to have some expertise like trainings, and this is when the TLNOG community events and workshops, this forum will be very helpful in future, because if I try to implement IPv6 in my network, I need to go through some learning process. I need to start from somewhere. I probably tried this one, didn't work, this one didn't work, I made some mistake, I learned my lesson, I wanted to make it even better, and then when I finished it, I can present, or I can share this information to my fellow colleagues in other companies, and if they come to the next year's TLNOG event, then they don't need to go through all these mistakes anymore. They can just listen and try their way to figure out what best works for them. So I hope this number increase over time, but you see there are some traffic, and it's also not very uncommon. It's also common in many countries. But you see many of the Southeast Asian countries are green and more green, like dark green. This is because they are doing good in terms of deploying IPv6. The ROA coverage, the RPKI, or Resource Public Key Infrastructure, it's basically something which relates to your membership to get the IP addresses, the AS numbers. It is somehow related to that. For example, if I am an ISP here in Timor-Leste and I am a member of APNIC, I got the address from APNIC. If I announce this address, like yesterday we were talking about BGP, I announce something, that's my address I'm announcing. So when I announce something, if somebody pretends that they have my address and they announce that, so that's not legitimate. Mine is legitimate. But how I can prove it? How I can prove it? So there are many internet incidents related to this issue, like hijacking of somebody else's IP. To prevent it or to make it better in internet global routing table, is that in that stage, there is something called RPKI, or Resource Public Key Infrastructure, where I can sign my resource with my my key or my identity, and then my top level, let's say APNIC, they can cross sign my certificate or my resources. This way, it's basically builds a chain of trust. So if anybody wants to check, they can find out who is the legitimate owner of this IP, or who has the authorization to originate an IP in BGP, a prefix in BGP. If I am the legitimate owner, my signature will be verified. If somebody hijacks my IP, their signature will not match and mine will be identified as valid, and then any other will be invalid. Okay. So I wanted to see how this goes, and it is very good. You see, it's very good. About 80% of your prefixes here are already signed. That means that also means that some are still not signed. So probably they can check. If you want, if you want any help in this case, you can talk to me or our colleagues. If you want like a assistance, you can ask assistance, and we'll try to do remotely if we are not here. We can do that to help you with this. This is the origin validation. So the previous one was signing, and this one is validation. So I can see there are some validation going on, but it's a two-step process. So one is signing, and the second one is validating. If I want to check what prefixes I receive from my neighbor, I can check them based on RPKI ROA, or this signature or certificate, whatever you call it. I can see, and then I can find out which is invalid. And if I can find one or two invalids, what I'm gonna do with it? Should I block it or should I accept it? These are some of the configuration that network engineers can do if they do the validation part. So when you sign, in my previous slide I show you signing, that's called ROA. When I sign it, that's basically I'm saying something to the people. But when I'm validating, I'm checking what I am going to receive. So it's like two-step process, but it can be done independently. So first step is to signing, which you are doing good. I'm very happy to see that. And then second step is, of course, the validation. The validation also is a technical configuration part. You might need assistance in that sense, or you are confident because there are a lot of documentation in the internet, videos, and APNIC also provides routing security training. There are both online, free trainings, and sometimes this type of community events we try to cover that. So there are ample documents, and still if you feel you want to know more about it and want to implement it, definitely you need to upskill or enhance your knowledge on this certain topic. When you are confident, then you can, step by step try to deploy it. This is the root DNS instance map. I was looking at the map if there is any root DNS instance locally hosted here, and maybe Jose, you can correct me if I'm wrong. I don't see actually any root DNS instance. Is anybody hosting? Not yet, but in the conversation. That's a good thing to know. So what is this? This is basically, globally there are root DNS. There are 13 root DNS, but they have instances spreading all over the world to minimize the latency to reach to that root DNS. Remember, in our training we were talking about Anycast. If you can bring the same service close to your door, you don't need to go far to get that service. So this is the concept that we are talking about in our presentation 2 days ago, which was on Anycast. So if you have root DNS on the Timor-Leste, in Timor-Leste, that means you can actually ask questions to that local root DNS to get the answers a little bit faster. So that's something that can be improved as well. And then I was looking at the Google and Facebook's content delivery network presence here, how it is in this country, and it's good to see that they have at least 2 big content provider, Facebook, Meta, and then Google. So there are presence in the big telcos here, which is good. The contents are locally accessible if they are available. That means it reduces your experience, it increases your user experiences with those contents, which is good. Okay. Yeah, so very quickly, the internet exchange. So I was looking at the pulse of Internet Society, who monitors and lists if there is any internet exchange points in a country. So I was looking at the Timor-Leste, and I don't see any IXP. Like I said, it's under discussion probably, and so on the right side I'm giving an example of similar case in Maldives. So Maldives is a small island country. If you know, I think most of you know Maldives. So it's a small island country. They have several islands, but the main city is the capital, Mali, and they didn't have any IX there.